Hello and welcome to Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I am an empath and an intuitive card reader, and I'm here this evening to do a weekly reading for the week of July 13th through to the 20th for all 12 signs of the Zodiac. This is a general reading which may or may not resonate with you. And if you find that you like this reading and you want something more personalized that is just for you, I do offer the services of private readings. All of the information you need, excuse me, is found below this video window in the description box. My website address can be found there, as well as my email address. Everything is explained below. If it's not all there, you just click that little more button below as well. And it explains how private readings work with the Beta Fundy. So I have done a 5-card spread, and each card lands in a specific placement. And the first one is the general energy of the reading. The second card is about your work and finance, your money issues. The third one is about your love, your heart, your relationships, anything close to your heart, anything to do with anything, anybody that you love. And the fourth card are your challenges for the week. And the fifth card is the message from Spirit. And then I draw a significator card from the deck of tarot for the overall reading, which I read at the end of this video, at the end of the reading. So, and thank you very much also for any likes and for you stopping by to visit with me, Fundy Fortunes. And feel free to share and click like. It always makes us readers feel better. What was the last thing I wanted to say? Oh, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already to the channel, the little red button says subscribe in the bottom. Subscriptions are free. All it means is you get an email notification every time Fundy Fortunes posts any new videos. You'll be alerted. Alright, so let's get right down to it and on with the reading. Okay, so the very first card that I drew for you, all 12 signs of the Zodiac, was the Fool. And this is usually, when it comes up like this, it is the U card. So right off the top of general energy. And this card represents your beginnings. So you can see on the card, there's a merman, there's a dolphin in the background, and they're both diving into the water. The merman is diving into unknown waters, from what I could see. And we're just going to go over this quickly here, and I always go over it quickly, and then I come back and we elaborate a bit more on each card in the reading overall. So, you're on the brink of a new path. A wonderful opportunity awaits you. Follow your destiny in work and relationships. And before you follow your dreams, check facts from fantasy and listen to your gut. Stay realistic. Reinvent yourself. There is a journey over land or over sea. The advice is to look before you leap. And if you like what you see, then dive in. The keywords are risks, innocence, departure, new pathways, starting over. So that was the general overall energy. The second card that I drew for you, which represents your house of money and your money flow, your jobs, anything to do with things of wealth and worth and money and value is the second placement. And it is the 8 of Cups, and it represents change. The keywords are endings, departures, journeys, movement, travel, transitions, and vacations. The advice of this card is to follow your dream and go forward. It's time to maybe take your leave. This is exactly the right time to move on. You may have left a relationship too, a job, a home, or another commitment at an emotional level. So there's little to be done. Your struggles crossroads. Always look behind as you say a quiet goodbye. You're ready for these changes. You're needing a change of scenery. For some of you, even a vacation or a short trip away may do the trick. And you're going to find that for some of you, the money isn't quite there for you to do what you want to do. And for others, it certainly is. Either way, you will find a way to move forward and get that break. I'm getting the nudge to say that some of you are really needing a break. And it is that time of year for summer vacations in this part of the world. For some of you, we're wanting to take a more elaborate trip, a more in-depth trip. By that I mean not just within your state or province, but you wanted to leave. You wanted a bigger trip, something with new experiences. And some of you thought that the money was going to be there for that. And some of you are finding out the reality of your situation is that your bank account, or for some of you, it's not even your bank account, it's your time. That you can't get the time off that you thought you were going to have off. I'm not talking trip of a lifetime here, but somewhere you've never been before. And for some of you, you were going there for specific reasons, whatever that could be. For some of you were just looking for a little staycation as well. And maybe that's not gone through for you as you had planned. Maybe there's been a shortage of labor at work, and by that I mean the people. Somebody may have taken ill, your vacation was scheduled, and now they're severely shorthanded, and your employer has asked you to reschedule. You had everything all laid out and planned, but you've been with this at this job for a long time. You've always been someone that could be counted on, so you're feeling a real pull going back and forth. It's just this type of war going on in an inner way, because you really need this time off. You were looking forward to this for months and months. For some of you, probably, I'm getting the nudge, 2 years you've been waiting for this. And you've had this time put in at work. It's been blocked at work that this is the time that you were going to be gone. You had this in long before anybody else could take that time slot that week. You called dibs on it, and you earned it, and you deserved it, and now you're being asked to reschedule. So you're in a bit of an inner quandary, we might say, over that. Let's move on to the next card, and it is all about everything that is close to your heart, all the people close to your heart, the places, the things that are close to your heart. Anything that fills your heart, touches your heart, that's what this card is about. And it is, the placement is about. The card is the Knight of Cups, and it's about proposals. Oh, well now. Let's see what we have here. Let me get my book out on this one, because this one's a little bit better. The Knight of Cups. We're just going to maybe elaborate a little bit more than what I normally from just reading off the cards. Let's see what we have here. I found my cups. This is kind of off the cuff. I didn't plan to do this. But I'm wanting to know a little bit more, because I'm being nudged to look for a little bit more. And this is the dangest book. When it comes to looking things up, it takes a long time. And my other set here, tarot, it's all color-coded in the middle of the cards, so I can look them up pretty quick. The King, the Knight. Yes, the Knight of Cups. Proposals. I'm going to read verbatim from the book. A romantic, idealistic man has a proposal for you. Charming and magnetic, he tells a great story. But will his ideas, schemes, or love offer stand true? Will his schemes of love stand true? He may not seek to deceive you, but he's not a realist. More comfortable with fantasy than practicality, his words may be captivating and meaningless, but meaningless in the real world. You cannot trust him to be consistent. Judge by actions rather than words. This is the advice of the card. It's worth testing this person's intentions before you go along with his foibles. And the key words for this card are offers, dreams, illusions, imagination, fantasy, love, and infatuation. So, I would assume in this case, some of us readers, we don't like to attach the sex as in gender to the cards. But to read and take the cards literally at this point in the love and relationships position, this is a man looking at a woman, which is you, any sign of the Zodiac. He is charming and he's magnetic, and you feel drawn. He certainly has captured your attention, and you're hoping what he's putting out to you. I feel much to say that what he's putting out to you inside, you're secretly saying, "Oh, I so wish this is all real and true. Is he really, really genuine? Boys, oh boys, if he's really, really genuine, then I'm gonna go for this, and I'm gonna leave myself open. Beware, okay? Take responsibility for your own heart, all right? For your own decisions. You've got to do a little bit of background stuff, or better yet, don't do anything where it's apparent that you're doing something. Sit back and keep an open mind. And this person eventually, I mean, if somebody isn't what they say they are or who they say they are, and if there's some, let's say, deception going on there, because they want to capture you so much that they're going to put up fronts that aren't real. They're false. A person can only keep up a certain persona if it's not the real deal. Okay? It's like if somebody tells a lie, they usually have to tell more lies to keep that lie straight. But here's the thing, because a lie isn't real, isn't factual. Facts are concrete and they can't be changed either way. There's no wiggle room with facts. So if somebody's being deceptive, but they figure they're not doing any harm, they just want to get your attention. Somebody that likes you a lot, they really don't mean harm, as the card says. But you need reality, and you're not going to give this person a hard time. You're not going to put them through their paces. If they're real, the story never changes. Their intentions will never change. What they say to you will remain solid. And if none of that is true, after a while, they forget which walls are being held up with what and where are they. They can't keep everything straight after a while. The story starts to change. Their intentions start to unravel. What's really going on here? So you need to be careful about that. You just have to that's the nudge I'm being told and I'm hearing. You really, really do need to take responsibility for your own actions, your own heart, your own situations, your own decisions. You have to do that. That's a necessity. Some people are just downright charming, but that's where it ends. It doesn't go any further than that. So we have to be careful. We have to remain logical and practical. Even though you think they're cute as a button and they tickle you pink, they're probably not going to be what you thought they were, and what they put out there is intentions for you to believe that they were what they say they were. That they were saying what they said that they were, and they're not. You know, chances are that's what's going to happen here. Okay, so for card number 4, falls in the positions of your challenges for the week. This is, remember, to remind you from the 13th to the 20th of July. And this card in this position for your challenges is the 4 of Swords, and it's all about recovery. I've got the book right open. I can touch on some things for that. as well. So the Four of Swords. The meaning is recovery. And now is the time for a break. And here we go again with needing a break. This is your challenges. This break may be your choice or imposed upon you. Okay, so in this card, we talk about a break in travel and trips, and how some of you may have had something planned for a long time, and all of a sudden the boss or somebody comes along and says, can you reschedule that? Okay, you may have this imposed upon you, and frustrating as it may be, you're going to find yourself changing up the game plan. Absolutely. But you may still get your time off, and I never meant to imply any differently. You will still get your time off, but it's going to be rescheduled for another time. Yeah, here's the thing. This may interfere with your relationships. It puts you in a place of a very stressful commitment. Go ahead and take the time that you're allotted, even though some of you had to change that. This is a time, because of job stress, stressful commitments, relationship stresses, this is the time that's necessary. And it's really an opportunity to look after yourself, to rest and recuperate, enjoy more gentler pace of life. And the Four also shows that some plans do definitely go on hold, unfortunately. The advice of this card is to accept that this is how things need to be just now. You will make progress, and things will turn your way when the time is right. The keywords are in action, time away, taking a relationship break, healing, peace, stillness, and rest. So we've got a couple cards here that fit together. They basically mean the same thing, it's only put in different ways. So, as the Four of Swords shows, you may need a recovery from a very stressful relationship. All this coming at you at once. You had a trip planned out, you're going to go away, something went wrong with your personal relationships, and you've been so stressed out, then you find out that you have to reschedule this trip you had planned for a long, long time, and now you're really needing this break because things have gone south, as they say, in your personal relationship with your mate, or who was your mate. And things have gotten very, very stressful. So I'm being nudged to tell you, some of you are going to go off on your own. You are going to take what's being offered. For some of you at work, they say, gee, the third and fourth week of July, or the third week of July, the first week of August, I need you here more than ever. I really need you. And so they're going to give you maybe an earlier block, maybe this week. Take it this week, or take it after that time. You definitely are going to go. You are going to go because you need the quiet time, you need the rest, you need the relaxation and the rejuvenation. You will come back feeling rejuvenation. You will feel like you took a metaphorical deep breath for the whole time you were gone. And just before you headed back, you exhaled and said, now I'm ready to go back and deal with all of this. These are going to be your challenges, to accept the changes that you weren't planning on, to get your rest, your relaxation in, to go on that trip, to take that vacation, to reschedule it. Some of you are actually going to go, and you're going to go without that stress, whatever that stress is. The stress of the job you leave behind, the relationship, a serious commitment that had you up to here. I'm hearing up to here in this commitment in you. It's almost risen to smother you, and you can't run away from that fast enough. And boys, oh boys, you need this break. And this break is perfect for you. It's the perfect timing. Sometimes things get taken out of our control, out of our power, especially for those of you that have been planning this vacation for a very long time, or this trip for a very, very long time. Sometimes things get taken away from us. Destiny, karma, fate, all these things will come into play. You'll find out after the fact and down the road that that was meant to happen and it couldn't happen in a better way. You were upset about it at first, but in the bigger picture and after the fact, when it's all said and done, you're going to look back and kind of smirk to yourself and go, wow, I can't believe that. And because I had to postpone and change everything, this other thing happened. Um, and this other thing's a good thing for you. Right across the board, all 12 signs of Zodiac. Any of this is resonating with you, take that with it. This is good. This isn't bad, it's a good thing. Okay, so the very last card is in the position, excuse me, very, very late here. Oh, past midnight. This falls in the placement of the messages from Spirit. So, let's see. King of Wands. King of Wands. My throat's given out. And King of Wands is about practicality, a man of action, engaging, inspiring, a leader. His feelings always show. Travel is important and connected to many people. Spirit is saying this. What did I just say? Travel is important and connected to many people. This is the U card, another one. There's two of you here. He indicates that you should expect to find practical solutions to problems. Advice is to explore your passion, look to unconventional people and unconventional places, new places you've never been before. And the key words are energy, creativity, power, passion, wisdom, freedom, and openness. Again, this card is talking about traveling. It's encouraging you to go someplace different, to see unconventional people and maybe unconventional places, something for your personality type that never, ever, ever even dream about. This may be your second choice. When your first one gets disrupted, the one you've been planning, then there he is there. I forgot to show him to you. King of Wands is all about practicality. That's what Wands are all about. Practical things. And it falls into place that whatever the secondary vacation that you didn't know was even going to come out of left field, when you first start out on this, you're going to be doing what I'm doing right now, and that's just scratching your head. It's warm here tonight, so everything gets kind of close and itchy. It's humid. Beautiful summer night. You're going to have a lot of them on this vacation, if that's what you want to call it, on this unexpected journey, because you had to change things. And it's going to be an eye-opener for you, for some of you. It's going to be a new experience. You're going to smile a lot. Your jaw's going to drop a few times, the things that you see and experience. The memories from this unplanned journey are going to stay with you for many years to come. Because what's going to happen, because it's not about the beginning and it's not about the end. It's all the good stuff and all the meat in between. Okay? You're going to experience things you never did before, things you never even occurred to you to try at all. Places and people you never thought you'd see yourself around, associating with, and I don't mean that like you've taken a step down the social ladder or your status quo. What I mean is people on the same level as you, where you feel like this is all new. Spirits, let's keep an open mind. Are being meant to tell you that you have to keep an open mind. Nothing bad is going to happen. It's just all going to be very different and very unique. You know, it could be something that's just meeting a whole different race of people that you've never spent any real time with before, and you'll be fascinated by their traditions, and you'll be exposed to situations as well. You will experience. I see people different from you smiling, and they're very warm and they're very welcoming as well. It's almost comical the way this all falls into place. Destiny's doing the puppet thing here a little bit. He's taking you from here and putting you over here. You didn't see this coming, and it's almost comical. It's like Destiny is having a little chuckle at your expense, and you're going to feel like that. Like you're going to be looking around you and have moments where you say, "What the? What is this? This is insane. This is bizarre." But yet there's a sense of excitement that goes with it that you're not going to shy down from. Your significator card that I drew is the Knight of Pentacles. This is the Knight of Pentacles. And I'll get my book out for you too. The Knight of Pentacles. This is the firmest. This is the firmest and least impetuous of the knights. Do not underestimate him. However, or take his calm exterior for granted. When a job has to be done quickly and comprehensively, give it to the Knight of Pentacles, as he is the most trustworthy of all the knights. So, there's somebody here that's going to come along for some of you, and this Knight of Pentacles is going to hold down the fort. Keep an eye on things. Keep greasing those wheels for you while you go off on a much-deserved vacation, journey. He is somebody who is a friend to you, and they're telling you, you know you have nothing to worry about here. This guy as well, I'm being nudged to tell you, is that there's no second guessing with this person. This person is somebody that you can trust, somebody that you can count on, somebody that you can relate to, somebody you never second guess how they're feeling or what they're thinking. You never feel lost with this person. For some of you, there are things that are going to be needed to be taken care of in your absence, let's say. And what that comes down to is you've got one person in the world that you can trust and count on, and it's this guy. And because of him, you're going to feel extreme gratitude and thanks, because this is cutting the ties that's holding you into these stressful commitments that you've been in, and relationships. They're cutting the ties for you and saying, go, just go. Don't worry about anything. That's for some of you. So, all 12 signs of Zodiac. That was an interesting reading. It is summer. It is July. A lot of people take vacations or have planned to. I'm not being smart here. Like I said, it's going to be very upsetting at first for some of you, but this is a blessing in disguise, is what we're going to say. This will be, for some of you, will be this unscheduled, impromptu trip will be the trip of a lifetime. And it could just be the next state over, the next province over, you know. You're not, some of you not going that far, but there will be things and happenings that take place in that space of time. So I don't want to run on anymore. We're coming into half an hour here for this video. I know some of you don't have time for this, so I do my best to keep them short, but this is for all 12 signs. It was a 5 plus 1 card spread. Anyways, what I'd like to say to you now is I hope you're enjoying your summer. For those of you going on vacation where things don't get changed up too much, please enjoy. For the rest of you that have to shift gears and change it all up, don't be so quick to get that upset about it, because if things aren't drawn to you, you're going to make the most of the trip anyway. So all I have left to say is thank you so much for stopping by and visiting and spending, this hot, dark, humid, steamy, warm summer night on Bay of Fundy's Fortunes, sitting here on the Bay of Fundy. And I'd like to say good night to you, and I wish you all the luck and all the best, and I'll hope to see you back here next week or any other time I post a video. Thank you very much, and have a good night.